They put Pickens in motion. A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop.
At the 34-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That is Ferguson in motion. On 3rd down, Prescott. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And they will finally run him down. A big play for the Cowboys. 32 yards.
So you find yourself on the verge of your drive stalling out. And not only do you pick up the first down, Mike, but you get a huge pass completion in the process. Really nice job keeping this opening drive of the game alive as they're really trying to start this game on a high note.
And he's in! Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. Cowboys come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Trying to get it to Worthy. Couldn't. 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man. He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and long. And we're not going to have another snap here. First quarter will come to an end. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2 as they face a difficult 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Rolling right. That's to the right side and incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mahomes. That's taken in, and he will not get to the marker here. The defense has held on fourth down, turning it over to the offense and giving them a short field after that turnover on downs. That is Ferguson in motion. Now it's Williams. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Cowboys.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. He'll get this complete. It's George Pickens. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. They've got it at the 8. First down and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. Down to the 4. It'll be second and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Pistol now for Prescott. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Big play coming up. Third and goal. Williams. And this defense standing tall in the red zone. They stop it for no gain. And now it's fourth and goal.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make him stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense.
Look at him go! Inside the 30! And they're not going to catch up to him. He brings it all the way back. 95 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
On the return, here's Turpin. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Prescott on first down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
A quick slant taken by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Third and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. That's brought in right side by Pickens. A pickup there of 13. That's good for a Dallas first down.
A gain of 13.
this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18. That is Ferguson in motion. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. Second down, 8 yards to go. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
The Cowboys field goal. A 49-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys are back within a point. It's 14-13.
So you're thinking after they took the loss on third down, you say, all right, they've made what should have been an easy attempt, a little bit more difficult, but he's able to step up there, cool, calm, collected, knocks it through. Really well done.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
28-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Jared Wiley, the tight end. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. He'll be taken down as time runs out, and we've come to the end of the first half of play. So it is a 1-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. Loey Gilman up to make the tackle.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. Prescott. He'll take a shot down the field. That is hard. And he will dive into the end zone. 71 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this 2-point try.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point
back to throw. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
Chiefs 14.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes Worthy to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin then.
At their own 25-yard line.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down. So from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Off the play fake, Mahomes. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback. Not only getting outside the pocket, buying more time for his receivers, but then finding a man open who's able to pick up enough to move the chains.
They go play action with Mahomes. A throw on the run is complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down. Good play calling rhythm. Drive continues. Another 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bland.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall into it. Pass intended for Williams. It'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Now facing 3rd down and 10. That is Ferguson in motion. Prescott from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. And now it's 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
That is over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. Moving to his right. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. That's the safety, Jalen Thompson. And good running on the return. It'll help him out as the ball right around the 45-yard line.
If you're going to run this route against quarters coverage, Mike, you have to do a better job of running the route flatter. The quarterback is going to trust that you are going to uncover right when that guy comes out of his break, but he rounds the route just a little too much and ends up being a costly mistake.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
There's a short one that's caught by Ferguson. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
That one on target to Williams. He's got it. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Cowboys.
17 yards. First down, Dallas.
On the give, it's Williams. Defense all over that one. They'll come up with a stop, and it's no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
He's got that complete to Turpin. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. A pitch comes to Williams. And you wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They put Pickens in motion. On second down, a run with Williams. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. Here comes third down.
And it's third down.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. Dak going to keep this himself.
Quarterback sneak. A gain of a yard. It's now fourth down.
And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. They put Pickens in motion. They'll go for it. It's Williams. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys.
The kicker on for the extra point.
That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is no good. He missed the extra point, but there's a flag down on the field, and he may get another shot at this one. Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this two-point try.
The Cowboys will line up for the two-point
They'll look to throw. That's That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for two, and it does not pan out.
Chiefs 14.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Worthy to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Play action here. Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That's caught. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
First down.
On the ground, it's Walker. And he will score. Game on. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, KC. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
That is incomplete. And the two-point conversion is unsuccessful. Looking to double up here. Score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. Oh, that bounced KC's way. They've got it back.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
They'll go with Williams. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
Taken down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's down. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
It's another run here for Williams. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now Prescott. That's made by Pickens. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Back to throw is Prescott. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive, and he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Second down, 8 for the first down. They'll drop to throw. Forced to his right. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Pass caught right side by Thornton. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 25. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, KC.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That is brought in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind.
And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the lead is up to 3 here in the 4th quarter.
Harrison Butker and a kickoff for Kansas City.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Here's 1st down. Prescott now. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
On 3rd down, Prescott. That's out wide to Williams. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
He's got it! And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A big play at a critical juncture in this game. 33 yards. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining. as we get to 1st and 10. Williams. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the 1st down. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd, and the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. Now, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
3rd and goal for Prescott. Flush to his right. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the pass. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
4 quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. In the end zone, here's Cavante Turpin. He gets swarmed under. Doesn't even get to the 15.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He's going to take a shot downfield. And that is incomplete.
So if this was an NBA game, Mike, we call that a heat check. He wasn't even open, but you know what? With the success that they've had all game so far, he's just saying, you know what? Everything we do is coming up right. I'm just going to give my guy a shot. This time the defense had him covered, but expect him to continue to look his way. He's had a monster day.
They put Pickens in motion. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He'll let this go for Pickens. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. And that is incomplete. They took a chance on this opening drive of OT, and now this game changes dramatically as they turn it over on down. Here's a handoff to Walker, running to the left. And he's in! Kenneth Walker! Touchdown, Chiefs!
And this is how you dial up complimentary overtime football, Mike. The defense starts out, they go out and